What's up guys, this is Chris, and in this video I'm going to give you a brief overview of one thing, just one thing that everyone can do to increase and improve their trading and results. And this is something that beginners can benefit from, or even if you are a more experienced trader or investor. This is something that will allow you to win on your trades at least 90% of the time, if not every single time, in a good stock. So let's just jump right into it. And if you appreciate and like this type of video, make sure to like and comment down below at the end of the video if this helped you, so I know to make more videos like this. Alright guys, so for this trading tip, like I said, this is super easy, something that everyone can use to improve their trading right now. And I'm going to show you which tool that you're going to use. So I'm going to ask you guys to go to tradingview.com. This is a great resource for you to look at different stock charts in detail and use different tools to analyze how the stock is trading. And what I want you to do is go over here to indicators, okay? And you're going to click on it and search for relative strength index. I already have this bookmarked and saved because I use it all the time. And once you find it and you click on it, then this bottom chart is going to pop up, okay? And this is where the gold is. This is what you're going to use for this tip. So you're going to zoom out of this chart here, and you're going to see pretty clearly that the stock price, in this case of Alibaba, goes up and down, right? Has its peaks and troughs. You're going to see below here that this RSI thing has a similar pattern to it, right? And what RSI is, I've talked about it a couple times in my videos, in my technical analysis. And the RSI is a way of measuring how fast the stock is moving, whether to the upside or the downside in a certain amount of time, okay? And it takes the data of the stock price movements and it comes up with a ratio or a number to represent how the stock is trading. So if it's a 50, it's kind of in between, it's not really going up or down that much, okay? If it's super high, like let's say a 80 or 90, then that's showing that the stock price has been moving up for a long period of time and often large movements, say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% in a brief amount of time. On the other side, if you have an RSI that is very low, like 10, 20, 30, that represents the stock price going down significantly in a short amount of time, and generally a very continuous downwards movement. And so the RSI is essentially like a sliding scale between 1 and 100, right? Where if you're looking at a stock and the price action over a certain period of time, there are moments where you can pick out and understand that there is probably going to be a peak or a trough, right? A top or a bottom. If the stock price is going up all the time and the RSI is really, really high, you can use that as a predictive tool for you to determine whether or not it is a good time to buy the stock. So if we take a look at Alibaba here, right, I'm going to show you some specific examples now to really put this into context and into real world examples, okay? So in this video specifically, we're going to focus on times when the stock has been trading and hits below a 30 RSI. That's kind of like the golden indicator for you when you want to buy a stock, okay? So I'll repeat that again. An RSI under 30 is often one of the best times to buy a quality stock. I want to make that very clear. And because we're using Alibaba as an example, you can use this with other great large stocks that you may know and you're interested in, and you've researched the fundamentals, and it is a good company that's just going down for, whether it's a whole market going down or whether it's some bad news or bad press, but it's not something totally damaging to the stock. If I circle all of the times that this stock was around 30 RSI or under, I'm going to circle that for you here and really point out all the moments, and it's very rare, but that's why you have to learn this tip right now. For the moments when this does happen in a particular stock, you will be ready. So I've circled those RSIs, and I'm going to circle where it correlates to the stock price or the trading action for you here on the chart as well. And we're going to zoom in and really look at what was going on there. Okay, so if we go to one of the first instances here, well, I missed one over here. All right, circle that. Okay, that often correlates to a bottom. Now, it might not be the absolute bottom, but at the very least in the short term, you could see here, October 2016, November 2016 actually, you can see that the first time it hit an RSI of 21 here, the stock bottomed, okay? Not completely, because 2 months from that moment, it went down a bit more. But in the short term, like I said, 95 or 99% of the time even, in a good stock, this is the time to buy. And you could be a short-term trader. You could buy it here at $88 per share. Wait a couple days, right? 2 days, 3 days. Sell it at $95 if you wanted to. Now, if you wanted to hold long-term, right? As you can see, long-term wise, this was a good time to buy Alibaba at 80 something dollars. Now it's $267 here today, right? And this is not the only instance. I'll do a second one here. If you look at this moment in time, Alibaba traded down from 190 to 165, hit a RSI of almost 30. First time in a long time. What did you see? Immediately a bounce from 165 to 180. Again, if you're a short-term trader, that's fine. You could have sold for a nice profit. Long-term trader, good time to buy, right? Relative to, if you now zoom out, right, how the stock's been trading, generally the consensus is it goes up, but you would rather buy at a low point in time than a high point in time. And what the RSI does is that it helps inform your decision. Like, what is low exactly? What is a good time to buy exactly? That's very subjective. Like, anyone can just pick out a random number, but with the RSI, you have some indication like, okay, this is one of the lowest times in the stock price. This is one of the weakest times that it's been trading in a long time. Then you would use this opportunity to buy the stock. Lastly, right, let's go over a couple of other examples, right? Make sure our thesis is correct and well thought out. And you can see here that if I look at these couple of instances where it touches around 30 RSI, August 2018, right? What do you see? Trades down to 165, bounces up to 185. Trades down to 153, bounces up to 170. Trades down to 135, bounces up to 150. You guys get the point. So this is a very, very powerful tool that I think a lot of people are not utilizing. And even if you are a value trader or investor, a long-term investor, this is still a great tool that I think that you can use in combination with understanding the fundamentals, like myself, right? I use this as a tool for me to better inform my decision making. Like, I know that odds are the stock is going to bounce from here. It might not be a perfect bounce where, a month from now it might be lower, 2 months from now it might be lower, but it's a heck of a lot better in my opinion than just randomly guessing where's the bottom or buying at a top. And we'll discuss tops in a future video, but I used this method recently myself when I did a couple of videos about Baba crashing and me buying the dip because the RSI was very, very low. One of the lowest points in a long period of time and one of the weakest periods of time that the stock was trading, right? Down from 318 all the way down to about 210, 211. And it obviously was a very good time to buy because just a couple days later, you had a huge 15% bounce. And from the bottom to now, that's something like 25% or so. You guys can do the math, right? So this is a very powerful tool that I think you guys can use. And, you know, again, it's not exclusive to just one particular stock. You can do it with all different kinds of stocks. So let me clear this chart and look at where Facebook traded. January 15, 2021. Circle this here, 30 RSI. What happens? Immediate bounce. 244 bounces to 285. So you tell me, guys, does this work? I think so. And you can look at different points in time, right? Bottom in the RSI, bottom in the stock price. So this 95% of the time, in my opinion, you know, at least 90% of the time, is going to make you a lot of money, short or long term. Now again, you have to be in a quality stock though, because let me show you an example where this may not work out. Okay, if you look at a stock that was pumped up like crazy, I'm talking about Tilray in 2017, 2018, 2019, during this period of time, even 2020, right? This whole thing was going down like seemingly every single day infinitely, right? Or at least every month. And the price did hit below a 30 RSI for many times. If you look here, right? The month of April 2019, this thing was dropping like a rock. It first hit a 30 RSI up here, right? But it kept going down to a 20 RSI and then almost a 15 RSI. So technically, it could keep going down if there is continued weakness and no one really wants to buy the stock. No one wants to make it bounce. You know, at the end of the day, you need buyers and you need a solid company behind the price action. So this is definitely something that you must consider if you are applying this strategy to a particular stock. At the end of the day, it still has to be a pretty decent stock and nothing fundamentally wrong with it. Okay, 2019 Tilray had pretty much no business, and if I'm not mistaken, revenues were going down. So there was something seriously wrong with this company. And even to this day, there is something kind of wrong with this company, right? Because although legalization, as I mentioned in my recent video about MJ stocks, is drawing closer, there is still a lot to be shown with the fundamentals, and it will take time for them to really grow into a viable company. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this, and I will try to push out some more tips and tricks and good educational content for you to improve your trading and investing results. Until next time, my friends, stay well and invest responsibly.